My friends, I have some incredible news to share. Christmas is right around the corner, and personally, I think an American Eagle is the best present for anyone, whether it's a second cousin, whether it's your wife, whether it's your grandson. It's universally perfect, and it plants that seed. That's how I started. My grandpa giving me constitutional silver every Christmas that he found metal detecting. It is the perfect gift, and we have Eagles $4.99 over spot, but no minimum. Last week, it was a 100-ounce minimum. We took it a step further. No minimum. Each week, we have new deals. Slayer@milesfranklin.com. Yes, we changed the email because I am affiliated with Miles Franklin. We also have 90% constitutional silver, only $3 over spot. This is a piece of history, right? It's American history. They don't make this stuff anymore, and it's $3 over spot. We also have 10,000 gold maples, $30 over melt, 5-coin minimum. So Slayer@milesfranklin.com. I'm honored to be able to offer you guys these deals every single week. So anyways, let's jump into the video. I always find it very interesting to hear different people's opinions on what they think silver is going to do, especially in 2024, since there's so many different things happening, big events like the 2024 election, like the BRICS nations, like the Belt Road Initiative with these two wars, possibly a third. I mean, there's a lot of different variables here, but they all point towards silver being extremely bullish. But regardless, I think it could be very educational because everyone has different points. Like me, more on the fundamentals. Other people, more on the geopolitical tensions. Other people, more on something like inflation data. So it's all, everything is coming together. It's like, I always say it's like the stars are aligning, right? Silver makes the most sense by far if you talk about opportunity and growth. So anyways, we're going to look at an article from investinghaven.com. This was written a couple days ago, December 10th, so 2 days ago. And I'm curious to hear what they have to say. We also might dive into a video titled Silver is a Rocket Ship. Now this is, it's a podcast. I'm going to show the video. I started showing videos and reacting to videos on my channel like I did yesterday. If you guys want to check that out, I highlighted the LBMA conference and showed the actual full entire conference, like 45 minutes long, and had my face reacting to it live. So you guys saw my live reactions. I got to pause and break off into different points. But regardless, we're going to do this again. I don't know if it'll be in this video or the next one, so make sure you stay tuned. Plus, I post daily videos, always giving you guys the newest news, so you don't want to miss it. Silver shortage, closer look at market dynamics heading into 2024. I definitely see more people mentioning the silver shortage as the reason silver has so much opportunity, and not so much, oh, just following gold anymore. That's mainly what people used to say, not me. You know, for years I've been talking about the silver shortage as the main reason, but now people are catching up to speed. Regardless, the price of silver may not be reflecting the intensifying silver shortage, but it's a matter of time until the silver supply squeeze pushes the price of silver much higher. That's just a fact. Low supply, high demand pushes the price up. If you look at silver's price, comparing it to a graph of silver's demand, it's almost identical. When the price goes up, silver demand is going up. Price goes down, silver demand is down. So if we know that demand is going to be booming over the next 5-10 years, what does that tell us about the price? It's not rocket science, but silver is a rocket ship. And anyways, on a serious note, recent reports from the Silver Institute have sent ripples through the market. Let's simplify the complexities, focus on key takeaways and what it might mean for the silver market and silver prices going forwards. The topic of silver shortage has been the center stage in recent weeks. If you're a viewer of my channel, in recent years. Particularly after the Silver Institute released its later physical silver market data. It evoked a lot of reactions as evidenced by data-driven posts on social media, which are these posts right here. Maybe we can go into these. Actually, let me just bring this up real quick. So, Silver Institute interim market review, solar demand for silver, 190 million ounces 2023, 18% higher than their original forecast of 161 million ounces, and just above the top of my forecast for 180 million. So you can see industrial demand setting a new high. We went over what 1.21 billion ounces last year in the seminar that the LBMA put on with Phillips Baker, the CEO from Hecla Mining. We're talking about an even bigger supply deficit this year. Remember, we set record-breaking supply deficits last year, hundreds upon hundreds of million ounces in the red. So now people are finally catching on and saying, whoa, 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 wait, this is a lot more serious than we originally thought. Since you had a lot of people saying, oh, we have plenty of silver. But nowadays, the numbers don't lie. So, understanding the silver market shifts. The Silver Institute's update reveals a decrease in total silver supply due to production losses at major mines, notably the Penasquito mine. When we're talking about miners, it's more like Mexico and Peru, which accumulate like 46% of all the silver produced globally. Then you have like Chile, Australia, China. China's the biggest consumer. But then on the flip side, non-investment demand has surged, primarily driven by industrial use. So you have production decreasing and demand increasing. And this industrial use pushed silver to an all-time high. Despite slight dips in jewelry and silverware demand, the crux lies in the booming industrial demand, particularly for photovoltaic solar cells, which are known as PV cells. But then you also have electric vehicles as well that will be rising. So even when something drops off, like jewelry and silverware, and talking about like photography, which took up a lot of the supply or a lot of the demand, years ago, now it's nearly 0%. When one thing drops, another thing picks up because silver, it's the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity and light sensitivity. So as we advance digitally, new things are going to be created, needing more silver, meaning demand rises. So do the numbers tell a silver shortage story? Total silver mine production is now at its second lowest in a decade, pointing to an undeniable undervaluation of silver. The fascinating twist lies in the fact that as mine supply shrinks, industrial demand skyrockets, echoing a clear message. The current silver price is too low to match the market realities. But why? Investors' perspective. Looking at supply and demand, we find a mere 123 million ounces left over for investors after accounting for non-investment demand. In a world where trillions circulate in investment markets, this limited silver pool valued at less than $3 billion raises eyebrows. The reality is that the pool available for investors is a fraction of the total silver produced. Right? Think about this. What's happening then? Well, I'm sure if you watch my channel, you know what's happening. And they go into this in a second. That 5-letter word right there. Well, it's a little deeper than that, but this is the meat and potatoes of where this problem lies, at the center, behind the curtains at least. Silver's unique dual demand as both an industrial commodity and an investment asset plays a crucial role. While industrial demand remains relatively stable, investment demand driven by market sentiment and price movements holds the key to the silver market's future. The road ahead and unfolding the silver shortage. The COMEX silver price settings persist, often referred to as price manipulation by commercials, right? It's manipulation. It's rigging the price. The deepening physical shortage cannot be ignored. The clock is ticking, and the silver market is at a crucial juncture. The Silver Institute's bullish data adds weight to the argument that higher silver prices are not a matter of if, but when. Let me repeat that. The silver market is at a crucial juncture. The Silver Institute's bullish data adds weight to the argument that higher silver prices are not a matter of if, but when. When is the million-dollar question? Well, I can give you $1 million answer. It's irrelevant. Spot price is irrelevant because silver is the money itself, right? You can't compare silver to dollars, because you're comparing something that holds its value. A 1 ounce silver coin is always going to have 1 ounce of silver inside of it. The dollar does not hold its value. It's lost 98% of its value. If you try to compare dollars to an ounce of silver, you're going to come from a very diluted perspective that could ultimately affect how successful you are. Because then when silver's price goes down, you start getting worried, and because you're not understanding silver's true value and the dollar's true value. Silver price versus physical silver market dynamics. While some may point out that last week's silver price action was abysmal, we would recommend to focus on what really matters. And that is so true. People focus on the day-to-day stuff, miss the bigger picture, looking at the micro, not the macro. Yes, gold and silver price action was volatile, particularly in silver. An epic secular breakout was stopped cold. Below is the monthly silver price chart. The current monthly candle is not complete, even not halfway this month. Still, what we can clearly see is that last month's candle closed in breakout territory. In fact, an epic secular breakout started on the last day of November of 2023, but momentum was stopped cold early December. It happened on Sunday night, December 3rd, in the futures market. Clearly and visibly, commercials did not want to allow for the epic breakout to sustain. The time is not right, not yet. And people would argue that this time could never happen. The banks will always suppress the price. When you look at fundamentals, when you look at the reality of how explosive silver is and all the different reasons, then that's impossible. Let's say there was no silver shortage and we were purely bullish on silver for the same reasons we are with gold. Then you can make that argument to some extent. Still, I could give you a debate on why it wouldn't, but it's more realistic that that's a possibility. But given the supply and demand dynamics, the fundamentals as well, which gold really doesn't have, that's impossible. Well, I can't say impossible, but it's highly unlikely. My name is Silver Slayer for a reason, not Gold Slayer. I didn't just pick silver out of a hat. Gold is a great investment as well, though. Don't get me wrong. This is in contrast to the physical silver market, where supply shortage is already here. It simply did not reflect in price. Not yet. It is a matter of time until it happens. All that commercials desires less participation of speculators. Right? That's a good point. A lot of people will overlook this very strong and powerful sentence. All that commercials desire is less participation of speculators. All that commercials desire is less participation of speculators. Like Andy Schectman says, price is the greatest tool of misdirection. If you misdirect the price, hold it low, people will find other things that show more validation and confirmation, like cryptocurrency. I saw a guy comment on one of my posts the other day, because yes, I do read comments, I just can't reply to most of them because, for obvious reasons. But he said, sell your silver for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at like 40 something thousand dollars right now, and silver is at like 25, something like that, 24. I don't know. That is the stupidest advice ever, because Bitcoin has exploded already. That's an extremely high price. So why would you sell silver at a really low price and trade it for something that's at an extremely high price? You're supposed to buy low, sell high. This guy is literally selling at the lowest price silver is and trading it for something that has already exploded. That is how you lose money. The perfect way to invest is buying silver or trading your Bitcoin that's already exploded to silver, because silver's cheap. And then when silver rises, you made massive gains, right? If you would do the opposite, and that's what I always say, do the opposite of what the normal investor does, and you'll be well off, right? Because most people are looking at things backwards. They buy high and just pray it goes goes higher. That's not investing, that's gambling. Right? It's going off of hope. There's no strategy. There's no thought beyond just the immediate what the markets look like. They're not looking at what that asset has in store for it moving forwards. They just go in right then. Well, if you look at what silver has going for it, like the things in this article, it would make a lot more sense to trade Bitcoin while it's exploded already to silver, which is cheap. I was telling people to buy Bitcoin at $1,200. There's videos on my channel from years ago in 2016, 2017, where I'm on Coinbase and you see Bitcoin's price is $1,200, and that's when I was telling people to buy it. Do you see me telling people to buy Bitcoin at $45,000 now? No. I was telling people to buy it at $1,200, not $45,000. See what I'm saying? Conclusion. Within these market dynamics, the looming silver shortage stands out as a ticking time bomb. Despite the COMEX silver price setting, the law of supply and demand will eventually prevail. Wow, there we go. Despite the COMEX silver price setting, because the COMEX price setting is a facade, it's an illusion. The law of supply and demand, the fundamentals will eventually prevail. I love that. You couldn't be more direct than that. As we approach a true silver supply shortage, the silver market's true potential awaits, ready to reshape the price-setting dynamics and elevate silver to new heights. That is a beautiful sentence. I don't think I've ever read a sentence that is more accurate than that. I guess in simplified terms as well. Despite COMEX silver price setting, the law of supply and demand will eventually prevail. That is the truth. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Remember, we have some amazing silver deals right now. This is a deal that I'm so honored to be able to offer you guys. Remember, Slayer at milesfranklin.com. 1 ounce silver Eagles 2023 and backdated. $4.99 over spot. Perfect Christmas present. Or the constitutional silver deal. $3 over spot. Or the 10th ounce maples. $30 over melt. Perfect Christmas presents. You want to get them now, though, so you can get them before Christmas instead of having to show someone a picture of an eagle and say, hey, this is almost here. You know, I've had to do that before. But anyways, yeah, I love all of you. Remember to subscribe. I post daily videos. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.